Hello everyone, it's DiFusionGaming here for another episode of TWD. Now in this episode, I'm going to be doing part 2 to my ideas for Geometry Dash. So I did a part 1, I think on like the second or third episode, for ideas I have for the game. Now hopefully I don't accidentally repeat anything from part 1. So I mentioned I think like 10 things in that video, but hopefully I don't repeat any by accident. But yeah, let's get into it. Now the first thing I thought of is like a layer skipper. Here's my best way of explaining it. Basically, you can have like a block, and then you can set like the minimum layer and the maximum layer, and then anything in between will not show up wherever the block is. I think this would be a really, it would be really useful when making effects. Or, yeah, just any kind of effect in the stage. So you can have like lots of blocks, and maybe there can even be some kind of trigger to adjust or like change the layers. I don't know. I think that would be a good feature for Geometry Dash. I have seen effects that are kind of like that, but you can only do it really when the whole background is like custom made and completely filled out with blocks. But with this, maybe you can actually have a block going in front of the gameplay, and then you can see the actual background, like non-custom made. But yeah, that's a layer skipper. Now next one's really quick, also with layers. You should be able to hide layers. This would be much easier for building if you can go on the layer and maybe click some kind of icon to like hide it. Because I know, for me at least, when I'm building sometimes, I'll like make a background, and then it'll be a pain to build because the whole background is kind of like making it just hard to know what to do. Now next, this helps with making good gameplay with audio spikes. It would be awesome to have a feature in the editor where you can actually like enable and disable the song's audio spikes in the background. So maybe you can place whatever orbs or whatever gameplay you want where the spike peaks. That could be a really good way for making the gameplay sync with the music really well. Alright, now off of the editor stuff. I actually have a lot more ideas for the editor, but I don't want to make the whole video about that. But now, on to icons and colors. One thing that would be really useful is if you're able to save your icons and colors. Maybe you can have like a lot of different saves. Because if you like to use more than one type of vehicle or one combination of vehicles and colors, you don't want to switch it and then you have to switch all the way back. It would be really easy if you just had an option so you can select it. And it's also nice because if you ever switch your account, like log into a different account, you won't have to reselect everything. You could just click a button and it's all done. Now another thing, kind of based around the editor menu, is different mechanic designs like orbs and portals and bumper pads, all that. It would be cool if they're similar to the vehicle customization, if there's another tab where you can unlock like different kind of textures for vehicles and stuff, or vehicle portals and orbs and stuff like that. Or maybe if it's not that, it could even be something similar to the fonts. How you gotta select a bunch of fonts for the stage. It could be the same for vehicles, so you could choose whatever what portal looks the best to fit your theme of the stage. So you don't have to create like a custom one. Now the next thing is more stars for harder demons. This one's pretty simple. You get 10 stars for being an easy demon, and you get 10 stars for beating an extreme demon. I think you should get a bit more when defeating tougher demons. But yeah, that's basically it. Now, when you're in the chest menu, opening all the chests with your keys, all of the chests, like whenever you open a chest, it should go away, like the empty chest. You don't want to have a lot of empty chests and a lot of folders. So maybe every time you collect a chest, it will like kind of slide, and there'll be like less folders. Because as the game updates more, there are going to be more chests, and the folders are just going to get bigger and bigger, and it's just going to be really crowded. Another way you could do this is having all of the chests in one folder. So So whenever you click a chest, like a 1 key chest, it'll choose a random outcome. Click a 5 key chest, it'll choose a random outcome. If you do that, you can even have it endless, so you never run out of chests to open. Or you can just have like a counter on top to have a limit, or something saying how many chests you have left to open. Now the next thing is on the main stages, there are like the demons and how you have to unlock it using a certain amount of the coins. One thing that would make a bit more sense is if you have to unlock demons using keys. I mean, this doesn't really apply to me anymore because I've already unlocked all of them, but I don't know, I think that'd be cool. It would make more sense because you have to unlock them with keys instead of coins. And the final thing is endless mode. Right now the leaderboards are, I know they're not the greatest. It's like when you look at the leaderboard, you don't really expect much, you just expect 100%. And then as it goes down, the percentages just get lower. But with the endless mode, maybe there could be like a different type of editor where you kind of like build each little section and then just kind of figure out like how they connect or make sure they all work together. So it like kind of like chooses randomly what shows up in endless mode. So that would make the leaderboards a bit better because you can see like how the longest someone's ever survived on endless mode instead of just seeing a bunch of 100%. And if users can make it, at least have it for the main stages, and leaderboards for the main stages. So maybe what you see in Stereo Madness, you can have a lot of the parts from Stereo Madness could be like in little chunks, and it could appear at random moments. Or at least gameplay that's like Stereo Madness that could just appear. So whoever lasts the longest will get to the top of the leaderboard. So that would make, I don't know if anyone actually tries to go for like top of the leaderboard. But with endless mode, that might actually happen. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this episode, TWD. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll ask the same questions last time, or last time in part 1. Do you have any ideas for Geometry Dash? Like, what are your ideas / changes? But yeah, that's gonna be it, so goodbye.